All right, this is Wells Math, and I'm going to show you some information about the coordinate grid, also referred to as the coordinate plane. So here's how this works. First of all, you have two lines. You got one going up and down, also known as a vertical line, and you have a line going left and right, also known as a horizontal line. And both of these lines have a name, okay? Uh, the one going up and down is known as your y-axis. You must remember this. The vertical line going up and down is the y-axis. Some kids say the y is in the sky because it's pointing up. So there you go. You must remember that. Your line going left and right, horizontal, is known as your x-axis. Okay, so I'll usually tell kids, hey, just write in your notes very quickly, draw a quick two lines and just label it Y and X. That's something great to have in your notes, just in case you forget and need to go and look at that. Okay, so when you have these two lines, it also creates four boxes. These four boxes are known as quadrants. Quad means four, and there are four areas of this grid right here. But each quadrant has a name. Your one on the top right is quadrant one, and you've got quadrant two, quadrant three, and quadrant four. So when I tell kids to put this in their notes, they're putting the X and the Y here, and then they are actually writing Q1, Q2, so forth and so on. Great to have in your notes to go back and look at it, okay? So typically what your teacher is going to ask you to do when you see a problem about the coordinate grid is to plot some ordered pairs, also known as coordinates. And let me just show you a couple examples and some things that you need to know. So your ordered pair, 3, -4. What you need to know is that the first number in your ordered pair is always going to be your x coordinate. The second number in your ordered pair, the -4 in this situation, is going to be your y coordinate, okay? I tell students x comes before y in the alphabet, pretty sure, went to kindergarten. So your first number will always be your x, and your second number will always be your y, okay? But now let's plot this point on our coordinate grid or our coordinate plane, okay? The first thing you need to do, you will always start right in the middle of the intersection of your x and y axis. This is known as ordered pair 0, 0. Okay, there you go. Also known as the origin. All right, so you're always going to start right there in the middle. And you're going to look at your first number in your ordered pair, and you're going to say, okay, that is a 3. Remember, this is your x-axis line. So on your x-axis, the line going left and right, you're going to go over to +3. That's going to take you to right there. And then from there, you can either go up or down. How are you going to know what to do? Look at your second number. Look at your y coordinate. It is a -4. Well, if you notice on your y-axis, the positive numbers are going up and your negative numbers are going down. So we're at the +3 right now on our x-axis, and now we need to go down to -4 on the y-axis. That's going to be right there. And then that is where you are going to plot your point or put your dot, okay? There you go. We just plotted the point for ordered pair 3, -4. Now, let's pretend that we switch these numbers around. We put the -4 first, and the +3 next. Will we end up in the same spot? Will we end up in quadrant 4? And will this be where our dot is, where it was for the last one? Well, let's see. Remember, we're always going to start at 0, 0, right in the middle. Where are we going to go from there? We're going to start off. Let me just go ahead and clear that. -4, +3. We're starting at the origin, 0, 0. And from there, on the x-axis, we are going to go over to -4. Well, that's going this way on the x-axis. Your negative numbers are going to the left, okay? And then from there, we can either go up or down. How do we know where to go? We're going to look at our y coordinate, our next number. Well, it's a +3. Well, remember, +3 is going up on the y-axis. So from there, you will go up to +3, and you will put your plotted point or your dot right there. That actually puts you in quadrant 2. So when we did the first example, we ended up, what was it, over like right here in quadrant 4. We flip the numbers around, you're in a completely different spot on the grid. Okay, so these numbers are in a specific order, and it's a pair of numbers. A pair is 2. So these are an ordered pair. They are very specific in their location on the grid. Let's try, let's maybe just try 1 or 2 more. Let me just come up with one. How about a -5, -2? This is our ordered pair. Remember, you went to kindergarten, probably. X comes before Y in the alphabet. We're going to start at the origin, 0, 0, right in the middle of the intersection of the 2 lines. We're going to go to -5 on the x-axis, the line going left and right. That's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from there, we can go up or down. How do we know what to do? Look at your y coordinate. It is a -2. Well, -2 is going down for real. Go 1, 2, and you can see there's that -2 line right there. So your dot, your plotted point, goes right there. That puts you actually in quadrant 3. Okay, so you just got to look at these very carefully. This is not a very difficult skill, but I have a lot of kids that just get into a rush. They forget that X comes before Y. They forget that the line going left and right is the x-axis, and the line going down is the y-axis. So it just takes a little bit of practice. And like I said, it's always good to write this stuff down in your notes. And be very, very helpful to go back and look at, because look, it's easy to forget this stuff. All right. So I would write in your notes the coordinate grid. Just do that very quick labeling of the X and Y, Q1, Q2, and so forth and so on. I hope this has been helpful. Go check out my YouTube channel, especially if you're a middle school student, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th grade, in that area. I've got tons of videos on pretty much everything that your teachers will be going over with you this year, most likely. And hope you have a wonderful day.